Hey Marie, my little sister is saying she wants us to look after her children this week. So that's not going to be a problem for us, right?
You mean that her children are coming to our house again this week, too?
Yeah, that's right. It seems that Rita and her husband have plans that they definitely can't miss.
But wait, Sean, you know that they just came here last week. Don't you think 2 weeks in a row is too much for us to handle?
Really? Because I don't think so. Even if the children visit us, they're just playing around with each other, so it's not such a big deal. And Marie, all you have to do is prepare the meals for the kids, right?
Are you seriously saying that? Do you think that's all I need to do when they visit us? Your little sister Rita has 5 children in total, you know?
So, what does that mean? They're just always playing around with each other. What are you complaining about?
You actually think it's just simple as that? Because I don't think you're really understanding the situation. The biggest is in 2nd grade of elementary school, and the smallest is just 1 year old. So it's impossible for them to just play together. Basically, they play separately on their own, so I can't take my eyes off of all of them.
Really? Because last time the two biggest kids were looking after the rest of the children.
That's because I was making them watch their favorite animation movie. That's actually the only time they'll calm down and be quiet. And since there's also the 1 year old, I just have to always look after that kid as well.
Well, if that's so, then why don't you just make them all watch the movie the whole time? Then I guess it would be much easier for you to look after the kids, wouldn't it? Well, then I can't.
Don't you know that children at that age don't have enough concentration to watch a movie for a long time? There may be some kids who do. But if one of them loses concentration, then that's it. All the other kids start getting distracted as well.
Well, then I can't imagine how Rita's handling all of them. She's looking after those 5 kids every day, so that's just amazing. I guess we can look after the kids at least on weekends to help reduce her burden. Since we don't have any children, I assume it would be a good parenting experience for you too.
But I do think the situation is different between taking care of your own child and other kids, though. And since I don't have any parenting experience, it actually makes it even harder for me to look after all 5 of them at once.
That's not true. You spend the year-end and New Year's holidays every year with Rita's children, right? The children are all getting along quite well with you, and you always seem fine looking after them, so that proves that you're taking care of them with no problem at all.
Well, that's because your family just leaves the children to me and always goes on a family vacation, right? Honestly, though, I was always wondering, why am I the only one who's not invited to the family vacation and has to stay home? It's not like I want to go on the family vacation with you, but I would assume that usually Rita's husband should look after his own children in that situation and not me, right?
Actually, Rita's husband is joining the family vacation as well, so we can't ask him either. And I don't want you to misunderstand this, feeling like you're being left out. My mother just takes them on a vacation because she wants to let my sister and her husband have a chance to relax, since they're always busy with parenting 5 kids. Though I'm joining them too. Remember, I'm just a tour guide and a driver to them.
But I'm saying, why am I the one that always has to look after the children? Can't Rita's husband ask his parents to do so?
Oh, regarding that, it seems that Rita hasn't asked her husband's parents to look after the children much. It seems like her mother-in-law is pretty annoying complaining about things to her. She's saying that her mother-in-law always makes sarcastic remarks, so Rita just doesn't like her at all.
But that doesn't make it acceptable for me to look after the children, right? Looking after 5 kids frequently is pretty exhausting for me, you know?
But when someone's in trouble, we should help out. We should help out each other, right? There might be a time in the future when we have kids that we will need to ask Rita the same favor to look after our kids, right?
Well, that may be true. But if that happens, I would probably not rely on them so much and would try to look after them on my own.
Well, anyway, You know that it's absolutely tough to raise 5 children, so we definitely should help Rita out as much as we can. And since Rita gave birth to so many children one after another, my mother stopped asking us, when are you having my grandkids? Which has actually turned out to be a thankful situation for us, right?
Well, your mother still actually mentions that to me sometimes, saying, "When can I see my eldest son's grandkids?" So I guess she still hasn't given up, and we're still going to have to continue to live with that.
But if my sister hadn't had that many children, my mother would have definitely mentioned that topic to us much more often. So it's just a give and take relationship, so let's continue to support my sister's family.
But I want you to understand that I do have my own life, and I have plans too. And of course, I'm working on the weekdays, so...
But that's why Rita only asks us to babysit her kids on weekends, right?
Well then, if you want to support her so much, why don't you look after them when you're off work? It's your sister's kids anyways.
No way. No way. There's nothing I could do as a man. And you were the one who was looking after them all this time. And I assume the kids are more used to you, so they would definitely prefer you over me.
Hey, aren't you being too irresponsible about this?
I'm not looking after them after I come home from work, right?
But you're just having dinner with them, you know? That's nothing compared to all the trouble I'm always going through.
Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta go now. I need to start preparing to visit my client. Anyway, I'm relying on you this weekend to take care of Rita's children, okay? Marie, I'm going to have to eat dinner at my parents' house today, so you don't need to prepare my dinner tonight.
What? You're going to your parents' house at this time of day?
Yeah, they need me to join because we're going to decide the destination of this year-end's vacation. You know what's coming up next month, right?
Well, if you're going to your parents' house, then I wish you could have let me know much sooner.
Oh, why is that? I assume you've been working today too, so you haven't started making dinner yet, right?
Well, actually, today is my payday, so I bought some expensive meat to cook for dinner tonight. If you had let me know earlier, I wouldn't have bought it.
Hey, I'm so sorry about that. I definitely want to eat that meat with you tomorrow, so why don't you go ahead and eat something else tonight instead?
Yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Oh, and about the winter holiday plans, I need you to leave December 30th open. Because our family is coming back from the vacation on January 2nd.
Is it going to be 3 nights and 4 days this year?
Yeah, it seems that Rita and her husband want to relax a bit longer this year. They're saying that because they don't have to plan to have any more children.
Well then, I should look after the children during that period, right?
Yeah, if you could look after them through those 4 days, that would be great. And I assume it's better to have the kids over and have some company than being all alone over the holidays, right?
Do you actually understand how tough it is to look after all of them just by myself? The elementary school kids may be fine on their own, but the other kids need to be watched practically all of the time.
Hey, don't complain about this again. It's only a family vacation once a year.
No, you know this babysitting is not happening just once a year, right? At first, I did accept to look after them during the year-end family vacation, but Rita is asking us to look after her children more frequently ever since that, and the babysitting opportunities are gradually increasing every year. Honestly, I do wish Rita and her husband would be more considerate about that.
Hey, Marie. You know that everyone in this family is always appreciating your support.
Do you really think so? Because I absolutely don't. If they were really appreciating what I'm doing for them, honestly, I don't think they would just leave me alone with the kids this frequently. If it was just a few times, I could handle this, but this is definitely going past the limits.
Marie, you know we don't have any children. If you continue to say things like that, Rita might think that we're jealous of her family.
What? Why do you say that? Sean, I can't believe you actually don't think this situation is wrong at all. First of all, I think you're wrong to always listen to Rita's favors and accept looking after her kids so easily. Because I haven't been agreeing to that at all. have you ever thought about the trouble I have to go through before accepting the babysitting from her?
Oh, you're so narrow-minded.
What? How could you say such a thing?
We're a family, and that's what families do to support. It's not like they're asking us to look after the kids every day. So why are you refusing to this so much? I didn't think that you were so cold-hearted. I'm really disappointed that you feel that way.
Are you seriously understanding the situation? Because it's me that has been actually looking after the kids for all these years, going through all the trouble and efforts. Sean, honestly, you don't look after them at all.
It's because unfortunately Rita always asks us to watch her kids when I have plans. It's just as simple as that, you know.
Fine, that's it. Now I finally understand that your family matters are more important to you than me.
Come on, Marie. You're just acting like a child, you know? Anyway, this vacation is like an annual family event for us. So I need you to watch the kids this year too, since my family is really looking forward to this vacation.
Okay, fine, I get it.
Hey, Marie, don't get sulky. Of course I will help out to try to look after the kids whenever I can. Oh, sorry. I'm almost at my parents' house, so I guess I'll talk to you later. All you have to do tonight is to have hot water in the bathtub ready for me. Finally, I finished all the work I needed to do.
Oh, really? Oh, you must be tired.
Although yesterday should have been it should have been the last day of work this year. I didn't expect there would be this much trouble after that. And it seems that I was the only one who had to go to work to handle this. Can't believe my boss would just leave all of this for me to handle.
Well, unfortunately, I am the one who has to look after the kids right after my last day of work. So for your information, I'm going to be exhausted just as you are.
Hey, are you still going to complain about that? I assume once you see the kids' smiling faces, you would think that it was worth looking after them, right?
Well, I'm not sure about that. Sean, you're going to your family's hotel straight from work without stopping by our home, right?
Yeah, because unfortunately I won't be able to make it in time for the bullet train. I'm glad I don't have to drive the car this time during the vacation, though. Well then, I've just closed the office now, so I'm headed off to the train station.
Oh, really?
Hey, stop being so cold to me. Well, anyway, thanks for looking after the kids this year, too. My family and I really appreciate your support. Well, I'm going off on vacation with my parents and my sister's family. So I hope you enjoy the holidays with the kids, Marie.
Yeah, right. And I hope you enjoy your last vacation with your family.
Did you just say last? What do you mean by that?
I'm saying it's going to be the last family vacation with just you adults.
I don't think so, because my family is not planning to make this the last vacation. We'll probably go next year, too.
Yes, it definitely will be the last because I'm not going to look after the kids during the holidays next year.
What? Why are you suddenly saying that? But if you don't look after them, there isn't going to be anyone who we can ask to do so. Don't you feel sorry for my sister's family? Don't say such horrible things.
Well, if I actually get divorced with you, I'll no longer have a relationship with your sister's family, right? Then I wouldn't have to take care of the kids anymore, wouldn't I? So, I'm going to divorce you and put an end to this. That's why this is going to be your last vacation.
What? A divorce? Hey, wait, Marie. That's a terrible thing to say. And you're making such a big fuss about this.
No, Sean, I am absolutely serious about this. I'll look after them up to this year, but remember, there will be no next year for this. So, I need you to sign the divorce papers after you come back home from the family vacation.
Marie, you do know that I'm going off on this vacation to relax myself from this year's exhaustion. So why can you say such a horrible thing to me at this timing? Are you enjoying saying this to me to make me mad?
Well then, when can I have some time to relax myself from a year's worth of exhaustion? While you guys are out on a vacation relaxing, I actually have to stay all alone looking after the kids. I basically have no time to take any rest during the winter holidays like you guys. So I think you're the one who's actually doing such horrible things, making me feel miserable like this. You keep saying that your sister is working so hard, so you want to support her, but you've never cared about my feelings and what I've been going through.
No, that's not true. Remember, I did listen to your complaints, right? And I did tell you that my family appreciates what you have been doing for them.
Well, it's easy to just say things, but I can't see that you actually mean it from your behavior because you're really just listening and practically doing nothing. You never did anything to support me during the tough times.
Marie, you definitely need to calm down at once. Why don't we discuss about this when I return from the family vacation, okay? I hope you have some time to cool down your anger while I'm on this vacation.
Even though I mentioned the word divorce to you, I can't believe you're still trying to go on this vacation under this situation.
Well, we did pay so much money for this family vacation as it is the year-end holiday period, you know. And my family is waiting for me, so I'm sorry, Marie. Please do understand that I'm not saying that my family is more important than you, but it's like an annual family event that I absolutely can't miss. I just can't be the one to be absent on this family vacation because my family is counting on me.
Oh, really? Well then, I guess that makes everything clear. Now I really understand your feelings, Sean.
Really? Well, then I'm so glad. So how about this? I'll remember to buy you a lot of souvenirs so that's something you can look forward to when I come home. And I'll be sure to give you a call once after New Year's. Hey, Marie. Where have you gone? We came back from the family vacation and my sister's kids have left now, so let's go to the festival together. There's some shops out there too, so why don't we go out for a walk to check it out?
Nope, I'm not going.
Hey, don't start pouting like that. Are you still angry about leaving the kids along with you? Remember I bought you the souvenirs? You see, I bought your favorite local ramen for you. And I even bought you local wine as well, though it was pretty expensive.
Well, sorry, but I don't need any of them. Don't you still remember that I said I was going to divorce you? Did you just forget about that? After I sent off Rita's kids, I left the house right after that. And I packed up my belongings during the holidays, so I don't plan to go home. So, I'm ready to divorce you anytime.
What? You're saying that you were actually serious about the divorce?
Yes, of course I was. But I knew you weren't taking this seriously enough because you got all carried away with going on the family vacation.
But you said that you understood my feelings, so I thought we were already over that.
What I finally understood was that you'll never listen and try to care about me no matter what happens. Because you actually chose your family vacation over our divorce. So that means that your family is more important than my feelings, right? It has always been that way, and I assume that it won't change in the future either.
No, that's not what I meant. I just wanted to say that I really do care about you.
No matter what you say, I'm sorry, but I just can't seem to believe you anymore after going through all this. I've made up my mind about this, so can we just move on? So, when can we actually start discussing about the divorce? Because I need to call our lawyer. I'd like to begin with the procedure as soon as possible if you can just tell me your available dates.
I'm sorry. Could you just wait? This is happening so suddenly. I'm just so confused and can't think properly now.
What?
Well, don't you understand? We were doing perfectly fine together, right? It's not like I had an affair or did anything wrong, you know? So I can't understand why you just suddenly brought up the divorce.
So I'm saying I had to go this far because even though I asked you so many times before, you didn't try to care about me at all. You would always just make me look after Rita's 5 kids without thinking it might be a burden for me. So I'm just fed up with this, and it's impossible for me to continue this marriage. And going back to your comment saying that we were doing fine, well, I guess that's just what you thought, because things were not going fine for me as I was thinking about a divorce from a while ago.
Hey, you know it's better to bring up the kids with the whole family supporting them.
Did you just say the whole family? Excuse me, but did you or your parents ever look after the kids before? Because I do believe that it was always me that was doing the tough job all alone.
Well, basically, I was always at work when they came to our house.
Well, I have a job too, you know?
No, I mean that when my sister asks us to watch over the kids, I was always at work. And my parents are saying that it's really tough for them to take care of 5 kids. You can understand that because my parents are pretty old, right?
But that doesn't mean that I have to look after them by myself without any help. And in addition, I've been saying to you all this time that I'm not willing to do this daycare for the kids at all. But you never listen to me.
Well, that's a cruel thing to say that you don't want to accept the kids. Even if they are not directly related to you, they are your nephews and nieces, you know.
Are you saying that because they're relatives, I have to watch them anytime? If Rita and her husband get sick or it matters that they really need our help to look after the kids, then I won't complain at all. Even if it's just like when they want to have a break sometime, I wouldn't mind. But you know that's not the situation, right? And it's gone way past the limits. Rita just started to bring the kids to us frequently and would practically go out every week. And don't you think it's ridiculous that I'm the only one that has to stay home while you guys go on a family vacation during the year-end holidays?
Well, that's because we don't have any children and...
Well, if you think that way, then why don't you just stay here with me and take care of your nephews and nieces without going on the vacation? Even if you do stay with them, you don't look after them much either and just leave everything to me all the time. So that's it. I'm definitely not going to be a convenient babysitter for your family anymore.
All right, I get it. Next time I promise that I'll look after the kids with you. Does that solve the problem? So please don't go through a divorce.
You're always just words, you know? You've been saying similar things up until now, but you never kept that promise. And I know you're just saying this to make me calm down now and avoid the divorce. I'm definitely not falling for that anymore.
No, I definitely mean it this time. I promise that I will take care of them from now on.
But I finally decided to go through a divorce because I can't believe what you say anymore. If I say that I'm not willing to look after the kids, you say that I'm narrow-minded. I'm sorry, but I just can't put up with this situation any longer. I just hate you saying that I'm wrong about this. And not just you, but also your family who doesn't take this matter seriously at all.
Marie, I'm so sorry. Hey, I admit that I was completely wrong about this. From now on, I will refuse looking after the kids even if my sister asks us. And we'll never go on the year-end family vacation with my family. So can you please reconsider about the divorce?
Unfortunately, it's too late to try to make up for all of this. You should understand from now on how much trouble you and your family has caused to me all this time.
My family and I really do appreciate what you have done for us. Even if you didn't notice, our family did think of you as a true family member.
But you see, we're not a family. At least that's what I thought after being treated this way. And I've actually never been invited to the family vacation. I'm now quitting trying to pretend to be a convenient family member. Since we are now going to be complete strangers, so don't ever think of relying on me. After that, my husband and I finally were able to go through a divorce 3 months later, after going through many discussions. Though my husband tried to refuse the divorce until the very end, as he noticed that my feelings towards him would never change, and he finally gave up. And after I left the house that I lived at with my husband, it seems that his family had to go through many tough times. First, Rita, my sister-in-law, just got furious and started having fights with her husband, since she now doesn't have any support to leave her kids or go out. And as Rita started to leave her 5 kids to her parents, they got so exhausted taking care of them, they ended up just lying in bed. In that situation, as it was now only my husband who was the one left to watch over the kids, my husband got furious because the kids were so annoying and everything was getting out of control. As he continued to complain about that to his sister, It seems that he finally got into a fight with Rita, up to the point where even they had to cut off their family relationship. So as a result, the kids had to live half the time at Rita's house and half at Rita's husband's parents' house for a while. As my husband finally realized how tough it is to look after and manage the 5 kids, he came back apologizing to me many times. Though, it's absolutely too late to apologize. I wish he could have at least noticed what I was going through much more earlier. But I can't believe the situation would turn out to become this worse, as so many adults were being involved and were watching after the kids than when I was babysitting them. And it's not the kids' fault at all. I do feel sorry that they had to witness all of these horrible scenes of adult fights going on within the family. However, I guess this became a good opportunity for the whole family to realize that they need to seriously take action to improve the parenting environment for the kids. And it seems that Rita's parents-in-law are pretty strict, so I can assume that they can teach her a good lesson about how to treat and look after their kids. Even though I eventually had to hand this responsibility over to others, as an adult that was involved in the kids' lives for a few years, I do continue to pray for their growth and future happiness. And as I have now finally cut off the relationship with my husband and his family, which I thought were wrong about all of this, I'm really looking forward to finally being able to spend some quality time for myself moving forward. And from now on, I hope to spend time with people who really do care about me. Thank you for watching Peep Talk videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, feel free to leave any comments. Please visit us again to check out the next video.